If you had to choose only 10 albums to be crowned the best of all time, which 10 would you choose? Well, that's what I'll be doing today. I've created a list from various artists, genres, time periods, and themes that I consider to be the 10 greatest albums ever created. And I'll be giving you my top 3 songs on each album too. Also note that this is my personal list, so it will not be the same as yours. And if you go on to enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Now let's move on to number 10. The 10th best album ever made is Blonde by Frank Ocean is an R&B album that came out in 2016. It details the heartbreak of Frank Ocean, split up into 4 distinct seasons. The spring season being Nikes, Ivy, and Pink and White. Summer season being Solo, Skyline 2, and Self Control. Fall season being Nights, Solo Reprise, and Pretty Sweet. And the winter season being White Ferraris, Siegfried, and Godspeed. Futura Free is the outro and just acts as a closer. And the interludes work as transitions between the seasons. Each season having its own unique sound, giving it its own unique identity. There's also a distinct beat switch in the middle of Nights at the exact halfway mark on the album, cutting the album in half, from the spring-summer section to the fall-winter part. And for my top 3 songs, third place is Careful You Still and I Will. A heart-wrenching, gorgeous track that explores themes of sadness. It interpolates Here, There, and Everywhere by the Beatles, bringing an iconic line back into the mainstream. Kanye's bridge is unforgettable and can bring a tear to my eye. Anyway, moving on to the second best song on Blonde. I will always love you. Oh my god, it's gotta be the saddest song on the album. It's Frank's way of saying goodbye to the person he once loved, realizing he's lost his claim on them. The bridge at the end with Frank and Kim Burrell is what takes the cake for me, one of the most beautiful moments I've ever heard on a song. And the number 1 best song on Blonde is I mean, come on, it's one of my favorite songs of all time and Frank Ocean's magnum opus. Like the others, it's sad and about heartbreak, but what sets this one apart for me is how vague the lyrics are, letting you interpret them however you wish. The strings in the instrumental cut deep enough to get into the hearts of millions. Yeah, overall, Blonde is a deeply personal and emotional journey. You don't just listen to it, you really feel it. The 9th best album to ever be made is OK Computer by Radiohead is an alternative rock album released in 1997. This album perfectly captures the fear surrounding the rise of technology, like being scared of a world filled with robots. And with the way AI is taking over in many fields, like art and music, Radiohead might not have been too far off. The glitchy, robotic feel of the album ensures that the point is driven across clear and well, and it's a pretty scary album, and the songs do not disappoint. My top 3 being a slow, haunting track that builds from a quiet start to a powerful ending. Is it just me, or does this song almost feel like humanity's goodbye if it was like a soundtrack? God damn, that's disturbing to say. Yeah, moving on to the second best song. It seems so soft and sweet on the surface with that lullaby-sounding instrumental, but deeper down it's dark with hopeless lyrics. The contrast between the sound and the lyrics makes the message hit even harder. And by the way, I feel like if any Radiohead song could make me cry, it would be this one. But there still is one better on the album, being I'm gonna say this statement a lot in this video, so take it with a grain of salt, but this might be the best song ever made. It's an over 6-minute long powerhouse of a track. It's strange, it's weird, and it's all over the place. But this is what makes it perfect. There's different sections with different instrumentals and tempos, making it feel like an absolute mess. But a flawless mess. OK Computer is the best album of the 90s, describing a chilling and cold world in the future, and scarily enough, Radiohead might have just been right. The 8th best album ever created is Revolver by the Beatles is a psychedelic rock album released in 1966. What the fuck?
Ain't you Nathaniel B?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the album that invented music. Like, there was literally nothing before this one. Okay, no, but seriously, Revolver truly changed everything. The psychedelic, experimental sounds were completely new at the time, and not only do they still sound great today, they completely reshaped what music could be. Not to mention it's hit after hit after hit, like my top 3 songs are... Making each day of the one of the most beautiful love songs to ever be written. It's soft, heartfelt, and literally timeless. This is what I just mentioned earlier. This is the one I said White Ferrari interpolated. It has come full circle. This song is just Paul McCartney at his absolute best. Yeah, the second best on Revolver is... it's so good. A more dreamy and laid-back song that captures the feeling of laziness, wanting to lay down in bed and sleep all day. It has some of my favorite soothing background vocals, and the reversed guitar parts just adds to that relaxed atmosphere. But it gets even better with... I know that clip might have sounded weird as shit, but this is a psychedelic masterpiece that sounds like it's from another world, and it still feels ahead of its time, even decades later. It may sound like a mess if you just hear it once or twice, but when you start to comprehend the musical loops, instrument choices, and insane creativity to produce something like this, it'll click with you. Yeah, overall, Revolver is probably the most game-changing album ever, and on top of that, it still sounds fresh and unique to this day. It's essentially listening to progress being made. Number 7, best album ever made is... Dripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder, heat 9 up. Yup, Madvillainy by MF Doom and Madlib is a rap album released in 2004. It's an unusual and creative project that pushes the boundaries for rap music. Madlib's strange production with jazzy and funky sounds paired with MF Doom's calm, buttery flow, flawless rhyme patterns, and unbothered delivery creates the greatest rap album of all time. Every single song is crafted so perfectly, with clips of old cartoons pieced in between the tracks to make it feel all loosely connected as one. And the several instrumentals act as interludes between the tracks, making it all just feel like one long MF Doom track that never dips in quality. And it's really tough to pick a top 3 songs, but I'm going with... The rest is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best... This is probably MF Doom's most impressive song on a technical standpoint. The rhyme schemes are otherworldly. Like, seriously, this is the kind of shit that scholars study, all over a heavy-hitting, addictive beat? How do you even top this? Wreak havoc, beat beatless, mad traffic, sleek and lavish. Yeah, I found a way to top it. This is a more fast-paced song, which isn't typical for Doom, where he gets more serious than he usually does. He gets political, talking about the issues within the police force, and how unfair and dangerous war is. The sample of Funny Ways by Gentle Giant is also so flawlessly executed, boosting that upbeat nature of the track. Surely it doesn't get better than this, right? Yeah, proved myself wrong again. This is a heartfelt track told from the perspective of Victor Vaughn, and in the story, Victor's girlfriend cheats on him with another man. That man turning out to be MF Doom. I know, that might not make sense, but my best interpretation is that Doom is saying that people prefer the version of him where he wears his mask. Literally and metaphorically. It's deep, it's vulnerable, and it hits so hard. Doom's magnum opus. Yeah, with that being said, Madvillainy. I think when it comes to rap music, it hit its peak here. The best rapping and production that we've ever heard. The 6th best album ever made is... Thriller by Michael Jackson is a pop album released in 1982. I mean, it's the highest selling album of all time for a very good reason. This is like the album. I mean, look at the track list. Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean all back to back to back is insane! Not only is it unbelievably iconic, but there isn't a single track on here that isn't nearly perfect. I don't even have to keep explaining. This is well known to be legendary. Let's just move on to my top 3 songs, third place being... Possibly the most iconic song in history, and once again, I'm not just picking this because it's iconic. It really does hold up to this day. With the beautiful synths and MJ's flawless vocals, it's catchy, fun, and danceable. But what's at second place I think is better. One of the smallest songs on the album, but that doesn't stop it from being a hard hitter. It has that funky, groovy production in one of MJ's most infectious choruses. How can you hear the song and not be in a good mood? Like, seriously, it's just so good! But first place is better, and that's going to... I know, unpopular opinion. This is the least popular song on the album, and quite possibly the most overhated song I've ever heard in my life. I've literally heard people say, oh, Thriller would be better without the lady in my life, and I love it! It's perfect! End of story! Such a smooth and amazing love song. Yeah, if you haven't heard at least one song from Thriller, then you'd be lying. This is what every album strives to be, just as iconic as it is great. The fifth best album to ever be made is... Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder is, I guess, a pop album released in 1976. This album is the perfect blend of soul, funk, jazz, pop, gospel, you fucking name it. And typically, I'm not a fan of longer albums. I think around 40 minutes is the sweet spot. Any less than that, and it's tough to form coherent ideas, and any more than that, and it may start to drag. Yeah, this one is nearly 2 hours, yet that does not stop it from being completely flawless. 21 tracks, and it's sure to get you in a good mood every listen. The third best track on here is... Girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. What? Did you hear that? That sounded like auto-tune. I swear to God I didn't do anything to my voice there. Whatever though, this is an absolutely gorgeous love song with that soft piano and Stevie's effortlessly emotional delivery. It's like a warm summer evening with the perfect person. And the second best one on Songs in the Key of Life is... This song is just the embodiment of joy, celebrating the birth of his daughter. The harmonica is exactly what it needed, and you can literally hear his happiness radiating throughout the song. It's just perfect. Yet somehow there's still better, and that's... Yeah, let's get a counter on how many times I say this might be the best song ever made. I Wish is an incredibly funky, feel-good track that reminisces on childhood memories. The bass line alone has me hooked, but Stevie keeps going with more and more, making it one of the grooviest and best songs ever made. Listening to Songs in the Key of Life invites you into the joyful world of Stevie Wonder, keeping you there for nearly 2 tremendous hours, making you never want to leave. Number 4, best album ever made is... Off the Wall by Michael Jackson is a disco album released in 1979. The King of Pop has returned with his first album as an adult. This has always been my favorite MJ album. That disco, funky, soul-filled pop sound is just irresistible, with so many groovy and memorable choruses. There's just so much positive energy on this album. You can really tell that MJ was about to take over the world with just this one alone. It's so lively and bouncy. And for my top 3 songs, the third place is going to... an insanely underrated disco masterpiece with one of the best bass lines in music. Sitting down while listening to this song is a crime, and it's also just fucking impossible to do. Anyway, number 2... I mean, come on. Potentially the smoothest MJ song that I've ever heard. Those shimmering strings paired with that unbelievable vocal performance. It's mind-blowing how well he delivered these lines. This one is iconic for a reason. It's timeless. But somehow there's a better one, and that's going to... I mean, this might just be Michael's best song in his entire catalog, and it's exactly what you need to feel good. It's a reminder to enjoy life instead of always just focusing on those serious moments, which can turn anyone's mood from sad to dancing within minutes. Just overall, the album as a whole, similar to Songs in the Key of Life, it's just pure happiness, proving that before MJ ruled pop, he already ruled disco. Alright, moving on to the top 3 best album ever made. Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven by Godspeed You! Black Emperor, which is a post-rock album released in the year 2000. I've been mentioning this one a lot recently, and there's a reason. There's only 4 songs on this album that are all around 20 minutes long each, and they are all perfect. I think this is the only album where I rate every single song a perfect score. I guarantee you that line is gonna confuse people, but yeah, it's atmospheric, slow, tension building, emotional, and it doesn't even contain lyrics. In my top 3 songs on the album are... How the fuck do I even explain these songs? It's 20 minutes, perfect, but I enjoy the other 2 20-minute perfect songs more? Just bear with me, these explanations are gonna be rough. This one's the outro, and it really feels like it just sends you away as if you're drifting into the distance after the album is ended, leaving you in a place where you've never been before. That was better, right? And yeah, the best one's definitely... Add another one to the counters, this quite possibly might be the best song ever made. It builds and builds into my favorite guitar riff ever. And it's the part I played in that little clip, and just, oh my god, like seriously? Play this song with headphones on, at maxed volume, while walking around outside in the dark. It feels like you've been teleported. It's unexplainable, just do it, okay? Yeah, I've got nothing else to say, although this album might not appeal to everyone, considering it's an hour and a half, only has 4 songs and no lyrics. It does appeal to me. It's the most beautiful and impactful sounding ambience I've ever heard. On to the second best album to ever be made, which is... Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd is a progressive rock album that was released in 1975. That does not make sense to me. That is 50 years ago. Not only does this album hold up to this day, it's still one of the greatest currently. It's only 5 songs long, 44 minutes, so it's not tough to get through, and each track plays its role perfectly. I don't see how anyone could have anything against any of these songs. My top 3 being... Yo, can someone please translate this for me? Thanks, I've been needing that recently. Anyway, this is a mechanical sounding track with interesting dark synths, making you feel like you're trapped in some kind of giant factory or machine, which matches perfectly with the lyrics. Second best on the album is... I really couldn't decide between parts 1 through 5 and 6 through 9, so I just chose them as one, and yes, I know that's cheating, but I don't care. I guess if I had to choose one, I'd say 1 through 5. It's a 13.5-minute track with a lot of ambience and guitar solos, leading into one of the most beautiful and iconic choruses. Honestly, might be my favorite chorus ever. Yet there's still one better, that being... So you think you can tell? Yup, add it to the counter, might be the best song ever made. One of the most gorgeous and emotional tracks ever written. It's a heartfelt goodbye to former band member Syd Barrett. It's the perfect balance of beauty and sadness, hitting deep on every single listen. Despite Wish You Were Here being 50 years old, I still listen to this album as if it came out last week. Losing someone you love is one of the most universal pains. This album is perfect. The number 1 best album ever made is... Yup, To Pimp a Butterfly by Ken... Hold up, I'm getting a call? What? Hello?
What the fuck are you doing?
The best albums video?
No, that is not the best. You know that's not the best. Get that shit the fuck off the screen.
Damn, bro, what is wrong with you? Fine.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's Going On by Marvin Gaye is an R&B soul album released in 1971. And since this is my number 1 spot, I'm just gonna quickly speed run ranking every song from worst to best, starting with 9th place. This is just the least memorable song on the album to me. Not that it's forgettable by any means, I just would think of this last when picturing the track list.
Love your mother, she bore you, love your father.
Oh my god, this is such a gorgeous track. It's a 10 out of 10, but I had to put something at 8th place, and this one is less than 2 minutes, so it goes here. A 7.5 minute masterpiece, the longest song on the album, and shockingly, not my number 1 place.
Live life for.
An extremely important message about how war ruins the world, specifically how it'll ruin everything in the future for the children.
Flying high in a friendly sky.
Funnily enough, this is a song about drugs, specifically how Marvin Gaye used marijuana and even cocaine. That's what the flying high means.
Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do.
A perfect, powerful outro to the album that discusses the ghettos of inner city America. It's different amongst all of the other more happy sounding tracks, with its more mellow, dark tone.
What's happening, brother? Yeah.
A track inspired by Marvin's brother Frankie, who fought in the Vietnam War, and it's about the soldiers having to readjust to life after the war.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
This one details how overpopulation, oil extraction, and radioactive waste are leading to the destruction of the environment. We need to keep our world clean.
What's going on? What's going on?
The best song ever made, and I really mean it this time, containing the greatest lyric in music history, which is, "For only love can conquer hate." What's Going On is an album about love, about freedom, and about living in a better world. It's just as relevant today as it's ever been, and its powerful, timeless message will never fade away. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you made it here, comment down below what song you want me to use in my transition for my next video so I know you made it here. Also, leave your top 10 albums. I'll read and respond to every single comment, and have an amazing day.